Good evening. Welcome to Around the World with Ray. My name is Ray McAllister, and it's good to see you people again, especially at the studio. As you know, I've been gone for a while, but as always, you saw my electric trains, and you saw a lot of other things I've done in this cable show. And believe me, we're on, incidentally, I want to tell you, we're also on the internet. If you got a computer, we're on the internet. And also, if you've got AT&T, we're on the Uverse channel, channel 99. And of course, we're on Comcast on channel 10. So we're got 3 places. We expanded all around, well, it's 9 counties for Uverse. So here is a special treat for you. This is my friend Denise Hewitt.
Hello.
Hi, Denise. It's good to see you.
Hi, Ray. It's great to see you again.
Yeah, after a long time.
It's been you've been such a good friend, staying in touch all these years. It's great to see you again after all.
Well, Denise, you've been around a long time, and I'll tell you one thing. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Denise,
Thank you.
You know, everybody always think modeling is easy. Now, what does it take to be a model, or a good model, or a good person? Like,
a good model?
I mean, you know yourself. You've had all your ups and downs.
Well, whenever I got down, I got back up again, and that's what made me still be able to be in the business for 41 years. And what it takes to be a good model, well, if you're attractive, Ray, and you're talented and you're persistent, a highly motivated person, you have to have the qualifications required to become a good model. You have to have these qualifications to become a good model. And it's been a lot of hard work, but it's been so rewarding. And if I had to do it over again, I would have done it when I was 1 year old.
You got to remember this, because you know, modeling is not the easiest thing to get into. As you know, you're not going to believe this. Denise was a good friend of Vanna White. Mm-hmm. And I tell you, that was probably, you worked with Vanna White. How many years did you work with Vanna?
She was with me the day my dad died 33 years ago, and we're still best friends. In fact, she just put me on the TV show last year, mm-hmm. and I have a copy of the movie itself.
Oh,
so it was great to see her and Pat Sajak as well.
Yeah, I remember, folks. First of all, I want to tell you right now, we're gonna ask Denise. Let me have your phone number, Denise, where people can get a hold of you.
All right, Ray. It's area code 248-624-7526. I have other numbers too, but when you call me on that number, I'll give you the other numbers.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I tell you. You know, Denise, you know, you've done a lot for modeling. I understand you teach. You have your own class. You teach.
Yes,
what do you teach the girls at these classes?
Well, Ray, I've been teaching for 36 years.
What do you teach them?
I teach all the tricks and trades. Well, first of all, the first 3 classes are pivots and turns for runway, and I teach 47 pivots and turns. We're very animated on the stage. Then I teach photographic movement in front of the camera, and I bring to their attention that there's over 500 movable joints in their body. I teach them different head positions, hand positions, arm positions, and feet positions. And the way I teach them is they're working in front of a clock, and they never run out of poses. Then I teach makeup for daytime and nighttime, makeup for black and white photography, and makeup for color photography. And then in the last class is all the tricks and trades to the business, how to get started, who to see, what to say in an audition, and what to wear.
All that to become a model.
Yes.
Does looks have a lot to do with it?
Well, looks are important, but gorgeous, I see gorgeous all day long. Everyone thinks their daughter's gorgeous, and they usually are, but it's they have to be as beautiful on the inside as on the outside, and it helps to be persistent, outgoing, and you have to chase it. You have to want it. You have to be dependable, and there's a lot of things that I look for in finding a good model.
I hear you won the Miss Michigan. You were one of the winners, right? Do you want to enlighten us about this?
Yes, I won this Michigan years ago. And now I have a class I teach what it takes to win a pageant, and over at least 19 girls that I know of have taken my course, and they have won Miss Michigan and other pageants as well. So yes, I teach that, and I teach them how to go further, how to be in the pageants, how to win Miss Michigan, how to be in the movies, so on and so forth.
You've been a model a long time. How many years you been doing this modeling? Since you were
41 years, but I'm not that old. I just started young.
Yeah, I just started looking young. Yeah. You know, folks, if you've ever been, in fact, Denise is going to give a date You understand you're going to be appearing with your, hopefully with your girls. What day is that? August?
Well, August 4th at 6 o'clock at the Doubletree, I'd like to have a cattle call. I'm on the show mostly to promote my school and agency because I need a lot of girls. I have 7 restaurants right now that have called me. I'm in the phone book, and the word's out that I'm starting my shows up again, and I'm looking for girls that are gorgeous with a figure 21 and older possibly. They can be under 21 if they're together, preferably already out of school with a 0 schedule that can adapt to my schedule, which is the schedule of the restaurants.
Takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
I understand you hire males too.
Yes, I do. I hire male models, and I like the bodybuilder kind of guys because in a fashion show, the men like to see the gorgeous girls, well, the women like to see the gorgeous guys. So I go to the gyms and recruit the bodybuilders, and that's my taste. That's what I look for my
boy.
school.
Somebody told me that you look a lot like Elizabeth Taylor. Now, this is something. This is back when Elizabeth Taylor was real young. Probably when she played with Mickey Rooney a lot, when they did National Velvet and like that much.
Yeah.
Tell me about this. Who give you this? Was this one of your students, or is this by one of your many people that you work with?
Well, it's funny you ask. What I do is I look in the phone book and I look who the other competition agencies are. And one day I called an agency and I told them that I was just inquiring about their agency so I could tell my girls about the other agencies. And the guy said to me, he says, well, he called me back 2 weeks later and he says, you know, I don't want your girls, I want you to come. You've really intrigued me. So I went down and I went and saw the guy, and he asked me what I look like, and I told him, well, everybody always says I look like Elizabeth Taylor. So when I went to the agency, he says, you don't look like Elizabeth Taylor, you are Elizabeth Taylor. And the next day got me a job doing Elizabeth Taylor lookalike. So I studied her character, her role. I sell costume jewelry. I watched all of her movies. I studied them. I put them on rewind. I studied her facial expressions. And I most look like her from the movie Giant. So that's one of the movies, that was one of the first movies that I did the impersonations of. So.
Modeling, is there any guarantee that there'll be a good, potential model like yourself? Like I say, a lot of, models, they get a lot of heartaches in it because it's very consuming, it's hard work, and like that much.
Well, let me tell you this. I have reps that have been with me. Richard Rocco, who's been with me 30 years, he's one of my reps, and we go out and we handpick our talent. We get about 15 girls on Wednesdays, and we get about 25 girls on Fridays. And then I tell girls, you call me, I won't call you. Number 1, I'm too busy. Number 2, I don't like to bother people. Number 3, I judge you by your enthusiasm. The ones that are very vivacious and bubbly, those are the only ones I want working for me. So I come home and I copy all their numbers down, and then the girls call me. And these girls are all drop-dead gorgeous, flawless. And we handpick them. He's been trained to look for he knows what I'm looking for. And then the girls call me, they take a 6-day course, they get in, they get out, and I guarantee placement. It's against the law to guarantee placement. I'm the only school in the United States that guarantees placement. Why? Because I can, because I put on fashion shows in country clubs and 4-star restaurants for over 36 years and over 300 establishments, not 300 fashion shows, but every day of my life I put on fashion shows. So I know what it takes, and by doing the fashion shows, you don't know the work we get. So I just need girls. For every one I lose, I need 40 to every one. I model myself. I'm in 160 airports a year working conventions, and now with the economy, a couple of my accounts have cut back on a little shows, so before everything takes a crash, I'm doing my fashion shows again, which is my passion, my love, and no girl is ever going to make this kind of money again. It's the best money that they could ever make.
To be a model, it takes beauty, looks, poise. You've got the personality to fit it, and also you got to work yourself with it. I'll tell you one thing. Modeling is probably not the easiest sport to get into because it's every mother and probably fathers they like to see their girl up there in a magazine. Have you ever been in a magazine yourself, Denise?
Actually, quite a few.
Have you?
Viva, Custom Chopper, Esquire, Playboy, Sports Illustrated, not nude.
You don't believe in nudes,
No,
I understand.
no, I always say to people, the name of my agency is Denise, a touch of class, not a touch of you know what.
Yeah.
And the day we take our clothes off will be the day I quit the business. We use TJ Maxx and Marshall's clothes, so everything's very conservative, and I wouldn't do anything that my mother wouldn't be proud of, Ray. So, but I've been offered.
Have
And
you?
I
You
was in
turn
Playboy,
it
but not
down.
nude. I did a hair ad for Playboy.
It's hard, I know that much, because like I say, you've got a living you want to live up to, and I'll tell you one thing, you don't work, you work hard in anything you do. I know my director is back there in the back, and if he could just do me a favor, just let me know, hold their finger to the window and let me know about 2 minutes left. That's all I'm asking, okay? So if you want, just give me a nod from the window and say that much. I appreciate that very much, because I forgot what time we started.
And Ray, what I want to say is,
Yeah.
if I can, is
Sure.
the girls take a 6-day course. And I give private lessons one-on-one. The most I teach are 2 in the class. And a lot of the times the girls, when they're young, it's the fear of the unknown, and they get embarrassed. They might want to tell me something personal about themselves, a flaw that they think is a flaw that you really need a magnifying glass to see. So I give private lessons one-on-one. The most I teach are 2 in a class. So I teach them the confidence that they need to succeed. And the most important thing that I teach is how to market themselves. There's 1 million pretty girls. There's only 5 big agencies. And 5 agencies cannot keep 1 million girls busy. And when I say 1 million, I'm not exaggerating. It's like every gorgeous girl, this is their dream. But what I do, I have the least expensive course in the United States and the best, and I give private lessons one-on-one. When I'm finished with them, if they're what I chose and I handpicked, I guarantee placement. There's a zillion restaurants and they all want fashion shows. It's not a problem getting the business, it's a problem getting girls that are reliable.
Yeah, that's
when
dependability is the most
when
important part.
commit, they commit. If someone calls them to go shopping, they have to learn to stick with their game plan and not let people down. And that's whenever I lose an account, it's because of my models not showing up, because they're not reliable. So that's why I'm going to have the cattle call once again, August 4th, 6 o'clock at the Doubletree. If you check with the lobby, they'll tell you where we'll be
That's
located.
the Doubletree Motel, right?
It's the Doubletree Hotel. It's in Novi, Michigan. Yes.
That's
Yes, 6 o'clock. It's Denise's Touch of Class.
I know there's a lot of Barbie dolls. I've been out there for a couple conventions, Barbie doll
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
An
Yeah.
experience right there.
Yeah, there's all kinds of
Yeah,
conventions.
you know, folks, if you're ever remember, if you like modeling and you think you're good at it, and we probably are, we're all proud of you, because I'll tell you one thing. I even saw them. Now, have you ever done commercials on TV for modeling?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Have you?
Yes, I have. In modeling, you do fashion, photographic, TV commercials, film work, hostess work, and auto shows. So I've done commercials and films and movies, and now with the movie industry, oh my gosh, I've been in 3 movies so far.
Like, what's the name of them? Do you remember them?
Well, one of them is called, it's a Christmas movie, and it's called Holiday Christmas. And what it's about is a little black boy. His mother lost her husband, so he calls in a radio station and he says, all I want for Christmas is a daddy for my mommy. So that's what it's about. And they called me from the phone book and they wanted 5 models extra. They wanted children models. So I went on the audition, took my comp cards and my resumes and portfolios of my students, and they wanted 5 people. And when they saw my students and how professional they were, they put them in and gave them all bit parts. In fact, they gave me a bit part too. They gave me a speaking part too. Then they called me 2 days prior and said, we need 15 more. But I said, I don't run a gong show, and I'm not going to grab them from the highways and byways. They have to take my course. And there's a difference. It's like night and day. And I'll challenge anyone that thinks I'm so gorgeous, I don't need to model. I'll put you through some tests and humble you down. But it really helps, because when I got into the modeling business, I faked it. And then I took a course at Austin's, and if it wasn't for Austin's, I wouldn't be here now. And then one thing led to another, and then I was asked to teach it. Mothers used to call complaining, saying schools would call me to substitute teach, and mothers would call complaining, saying if we don't get her as a teacher, we want our money back. So that if I'm that good, I'll open my own. So when I was 21, I opened my own, and I have helped the world. I've trained well over 6,000 people on my pretty girl list, and males and students, and you never know what you're going to call for.
Yeah, that's very true.
One time I got a phone call for, I get people, grandmas and grandpas. I've got people on workout machines, 90 years old. You don't know what they're going to want. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You don't know what they want or when they want it, or and every job we do is like night and day, and it's exciting, it's fun, it's hard work, but it's rewarding, because there's no job I can do now, because nothing in the world would pay what I make now. It's great money.
You've done a lot of shows yourself. You've been on cruise ships, doing things like that.
Yeah, a lot of traveling like you, Ray. Every year Ray calls me to tell me what cruise he's going on, and it's pretty interesting, because I travel quite a bit myself too, and it's exciting. Life's too short. You got to see the world.
Yeah, life is definitely too short for you. You might as well enjoy life as much as you can.
Yeah. And with the modeling, I get an open jaw ticket, which means I get a free vacation attached to every job with the one company I'm with.
Boy.
So I can go anywhere I want in the United States for free. So I usually go to the garment districts and buy costume jewelry and sell it. As you can see, I'm in overdose mode.
You sell jewelry, I understand,
yes,
too.
I'm in overdose mode, because it's walking advertisement. I don't solicit them, people solicit me. So I sell it on the airplane, I sell it in the airports, I sell it, I do craft shows, garage sales, whatever. But it's, and then we sell it in the fashion shows. The models will wear it, and then the people, I hire a girl and she sells the jewelry while we're putting on the fashion
Quite a
shows.
busy girl, might say.
Yeah, but it's okay, it pays the bills, and it's in my blood. You have to chase this business. It's just, people say, I couldn't tell you 5 TV shows, but because I've never watched TV, it's like it wasn't invented, because I'm a workaholic, and that's why I work as much as I do. And it's just in my blood. It's not an effort. It's like, and I love a day when I don't have any students, because it's my phone day. I just get on the phone and call clients and see where my next job's going to be.
Do you ever think the day will ever come that you may want to hang it up?
I can't imagine that. I think I'll be in my wheelchair with that mic commentating my fashion shows if it ever gets to that point, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because, modeling, is, like I say, is not easy. And like I say, because a lot of them, they take their if, ands, or buts, like I say that much.
Yeah. No, I'm too young to retire.
Okay, well.
No, these other girls out there, they need me. And without me, a lot of them, they get with the wrong people that promise them the world. Some of the courses out there are $6,000. It's absurd. Yeah. And they're a year, they lose interest in a year. And then it's the cute girl in the class that's teaching an 18-year-old. How do you take a course and teach something you've never experienced in your life? With me, they're learning. I have 41 years experience, and I eat, sleep, breathe, drink modeling. I work trade shows. I'm, like I said, 160 airports a year. I name an industry, I'm in it. And by the way, if anybody ever needs a model for a convention, that's what I do, and I book girls for that as well.
You're busy almost every week, and
yeah,
you're never
I make
home.
it a point. I try to fill the calendar up. That's my goal every week.
I know, I can see that, because I know you're always busy. It's always hard to get a hold of you sometimes.
Yeah.
That's 624-7526 if you want to become a model. Or if you want, give me a call here at the station at 248-682-0401. Ask for Ray, and I will get you Denise, and get in touch with her and show you all things. Folks, I know I've been gone for quite a while. As you know, for a lot of you, in fact, Denise didn't even recognize me. I'm just going to elaborate just on a little bit about me, what has happened in my life. I know I was very fortunate that I had a quadruple bypass, that I made it through. I was that close to dying, folks. As you can see, if you don't recognize me, I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost about 100 pounds.
That's great.
I used to be 285, and now I'm down to 180. I know this is Denise's show, but I'm only going to talk for just about a minute.
That's okay, you can.
And I'll tell you one thing.
You should.
And plus, I almost went from a waist size of 50 down to a 36.
You should be so proud of yourself. I didn't even recognize him in the parking lot.
Yeah.
You even look younger. You look fantastic.
I mean, I will be 67 this year, coming up in December.
Yeah, you'd never know.
And I'll tell you one thing, people,
That's amazing.
And remember this much. I like Denise, because I tell you one thing, she always tried to promise me maybe next time she'll bring some girls down for me to model.
Yeah.
And I wish you would, because I tell you one thing, we had more fun with the girls down there, and I'll tell you, they enjoyed it themselves.
Mm-hmm. When I put together the crew that I want, that I feel, when I get that good gut feeling that I've got a good, reliable crew that's not going to leave me, I promise you we'll come down and do a fashion show
I
for
want
you.
a fashion
And we'll
show.
let everybody know where we are, and they can come down as well.
Remember, she'll be at the DoubleTree Hotel in Novi. Give her a call. Don't worry about that, but she'll take your call. She'll listen to you. And if you want to be a model, give her a call. She needs you right now. And she wants you to help her out, and you will help her. I hope that much.
Yes, I definitely
I don't
will.
mean to say that,
I
but I can
definitely
say
will.
that much. I think, Denise, you've done a great job in the profession you're at, because I'll tell you one thing. Now, this may be a little elaborate, but I understand you won a hot legs contest, somebody told me.
Hot pants. Charlie Manus's column. Yes, I did. I sure did. And that sure opened doors to my career. And we had to write a little story in for Mercy High School, because I was always modeling in the school newspaper, and I always wore shorts, and I was always getting in trouble for wearing shorts. And I remember they were culottes. They weren't even hot pants. And the teachers said, "Who was that girl that wore the shorts last week and the hot pants in the magazine?" And anyway, when I won Miss Hot Pants, Charlie Manus's column, I was in Charlie Manus' column, and I said, "If the nuns could see me now," and we had to write in to say, well, they said, what do you think of this? I said, "If the nuns could see me now." But yeah, that really opened up my career. It really, really did.
Did it?
Yes,
I thought it
sure
did. Yeah, that's what I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, folks, we did one time a show at Denise's house during a Christmas time.
Oh, that's right.
And we did a show with my ex-partner, Ray Carroll. My cameraman was the late Henry Barron. Henry Barron is no longer with us anymore. He passed away. But this much. I'll tell you one thing. I think you've come a long ways, and that's why I hope you do get your girls for your shows coming up, because it's been a long time since you've done a show in this area. In fact, I think it's against the law in some of them now.
To do fashion shows?
Yeah, to have shows like
Oh
that.
yeah, just a couple cities. Cities, but there's ways to work around things.
Is it?
Yeah, that's because the people do skin shows. We do a classy show, and they erect it for the rest of the people. But if you have a classy show like what I have, there's no skin, no thongs, no G-strings. It's just things that Miss Michigan would wear. Just very classy.
I also, a good friend of mine named Nancy.
Oh yeah, Nancy.
I know Nancy. That's
My
her
commentator.
Nancy is the one that worked with Denise for the longest time.
33 years, I think she's been with me. 33, yeah.
I
We're
haven't
still
seen
good
her.
friends.
How's she doing
She's
now?
great. She's doing great. In fact, she wants to do the shows again with, she's been my commentator for 34 years. Yeah.
Did she go to the same high school that you went to?
No,
Or?
I went to Our Lady of Mercy. She didn't. I'm not sure what high school Nancy went to, but yeah, we've been good friends.
I've
all
known
these
Nancy
years.
for a long time, and I think
Yeah.
she's still a very attractive
She-
young lady.
Yes, and she's a
Beautiful
girl.
She's still the dishwater blonde that she is.
She's
I
a
remember.
blonde, yeah.
But
yeah,
she's still a blonde, I
attractive,
know.
Yes. Her hair's down to her waist now.
Oh
so.
my God!
But
You just have to tell her about me, but you would never believe it.
Oh, I will. I definitely will. I will. And I also want to thank Ray, because through my whole career, Ray has put me on a show. He's stayed in touch. He's been such a great friend, and he's been loyal. And that's saying a lot, because a lot of people, they come in your life, they go, they take your course, they leave. Not everybody. I'm still best friends with my friend Patty, who is behind me and supportive in everything I do. She was my top model 33 years ago, and she looks better than the 18-year-olds. I saw her the other day, and she's she's getting the places all excited about the fashion shows and everything, and she's coming back to work with me too, and a lot of girls are coming back. I like the oldies but goodies.
Yeah. Well, you've done a lot with that. How many girls you say you've gone through? How many? 10?
I've taught well over 6,000.
6,000.
And taught and interviewed over 6,000 girls. My
Have
pretty
a
girls.
lot of these girls ever got famous themselves?
Oh yeah, I've got girls in the movies. One of my girls won Star Search, Andrea Richards. I've got a guy, Chris Roots, he's in the movies, and he thought he was going to get a bit part in Love and War Part 2. He got the lead in Love and War Part 2.
Aw.
And he's one of my bodybuilders that I handpicked when I was doing a photo shoot at Kensington. And that's all the story. He was fishing with a girl in the woods, and I says, "Would you be interested in modeling?" And she jumps up, she says, "No, he wouldn't." And I said, "I don't want your boyfriend, you should see my boyfriend." And at the time, and she said, and so he called me the next day, and he says, "This has been my dream. This is what my mother's always wanted, but I never knew who to see or what to do." And he came, he says, "Can I bring another girl?" So he brought another girl here, and I said, "What's going on here?" She says, I'm in love with this guy and he's in love with another girl. I says, you want to know how to get this guy? She said, how? I says, take my course. She did. They became an item.
Yeah.
And then he went to Hollywood. That was his goal. He wanted to be in the movies. And I encouraged him, follow your dreams. And there's gold at the end of the tunnel. You just have to work for it. You have to chase it. You have to go after it. And if you listen to everything I tell you, you can't not make it big if you're gorgeous. You just can't, you know.
Well, again, this is, it's almost time to say goodbye for now. And this is Ray McAllister, Around the World with Ray. I hope you enjoyed tonight's session. I hope you like the new Ray, because I'll tell you one thing. The new Ray is probably the best Ray ever. Because I'll tell you one thing. I'm glad to have our special guest, Denise Hewitt, coming down to the studio. And hopefully she'll bring some girls. So we'll see you next time with Around the World with Ray. And don't forget, listen, Diane's Keyboard is on at 6 o'clock now. And we're on also every Friday morning at 10 till 10 o'clock, and I'm on at 10:30. So if you're around those stations on the internet, check us out, because I'll tell you one thing. We like when you give us a call that much, okay? Good night, and thank you, Denise, and good luck to you.
Thank you, Ray. Nice to see you again. Thanks for everything.
Dee-ra-dee-ra, dee-ra-dee-ra, dee-ra-dee-ra.